Hi everyone, I'm Natasha, and on this channel we're all about reaching our financial goals by increasing our income, reducing our expenses, and investing. So come along for the journey. Before we get started, please note these videos do not constitute financial advice. If you're in need of financial advice, please contact a registered financial advisor. Let's get started. Today we're discussing how you can pay off your home as quickly as possible. I have 5 major tips on how you can achieve that. So tip number 1 is get an access bond. Now, when you apply for your bond, most places now actually just automatically offer you an access bond. And what that means is that you're able to put extra money into the bond with no penalties, and you can also take money out. We're not trying to take the money out, we're just trying to put extra money in, right? Most importantly, that access bond should be linked to your primary bank account. I mean, a lot of banks, if you get a bond with them, will probably want you to move your primary banking to them. But if for some reason they didn't, what's great about it being linked to your primary bank account is that when you make like a decision to just be like, you know what, I'm not going to buy this thing that's going to cost me $400, you can take that $400 and put it in your bond immediately, right? Which sounds like so little, but those little things will add up eventually. And it's a lot easier to do that if it's your primary bank account, because then it's on the app together and it's a quick transfer. So it's a decision you can make very, very quickly. At the same time, you could probably withdraw very quickly, so don't do that. We're making right decisions here. We're making right decisions. Okay, good. The second thing you should do is commit to an additional amount. Now, what do I mean by commit? Initially, I said if you have a little bit of extra money here and there, you should put it into your bank account, 100%. You should definitely do that, but at a minimum you should decide on how much you can afford to put extra into that bond and set it in stone by debit order, right? So that way, or it's like a scheduled payment or scheduled transfer or something like that, so that every month there is a certain amount extra going into your bond every single month without hesitation. That on top of those extra little bits is going to make the biggest difference. Now, how do you commit to an extra amount? Well, this comes to tip number 3, and this takes it all the way back to when you were actually shopping for your house, and that is about affordability. Don't buy a house you can't afford. Buy a house that's cheaper than what you can afford. That way you'll be able to pay it off quicker. Now, this is hard, especially because the banks, you look at them and like, can I though? Can you really think I can? Because remember, sometimes they just look at your disposable income, but you need to look at your life and see, what do you have? Medical aid? Do you have to take care of family members? You need to look at that actual property, the running costs, levies, rates, and taxes. Do you need to do renovations? I don't know. All those things. How much can you actually afford to put towards a house? So say you have 10,000 Rand that you can put towards a house. Try not to buy a house that has a repayment of 10,000 Rand, right? Go for a house that has a repayment of 7,000 Rand, and then put an extra 3,000 Rand every single month. And that way you'll be paying your house off really quickly. Take advantage of interest rate changes. Now, sometimes you go years where there are no interest rate changes, and sometimes you have a pandemic that happened and interest rates decreased by a whole 3%, you know. Point is, take advantage of those. So when the interest rates go down, you'll see that your debit order will be adjusted downwards. Don't let that happen. Well, obviously that happens automatically, but you need to calculate what that difference is. What were you initially paying, and what is the reduced payment, and pay that extra into the account. It's not going to change anything for you. You were always paying 10,000 Rand. It's just that your payment has gone down to 9,000. So keep paying 10,000, because who knows, the interest rates might go up again. Lastly, but surely not least, seeing is believing. I really, really do believe that. And for me, the way that I can see and envision what the impact is of me putting this extra money into my account or my bond account is by using an Excel spreadsheet. So an Excel spreadsheet that shows if I put this much extra, my date is changing in terms of when I'll repay the house. You know, I've cut off this many months, days, years. That's I find that really, really useful, and I've created a spreadsheet like that, and I'm very happy to share it with you guys. There's a link in the comment box below where you can download this Excel spreadsheet and you can do these calculations for yourself, because if you revisit the sheet quite often and you play around and you really come together on a plan of how you can pay this down quickly, and you can envision it, you literally see, oh, in 3 years time this thing is paid off, it really helps you commit to that goal. I'm definitely a seeing is believing person, so that works wonders for me. So those are just a few tips on how you can pay off your home as quickly as possible. If you think of anything else, please do share it in the comment box below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed that video and you liked the tips that I had to share, please like the video. See you later.